Let's go into commodities markets conversation. As usual, of course, significant discussions on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Business Morning, as always here on Channels Television. Let's get this brought into a bit of a triangle, as it were. I'm sitting in here with Ada Konobi, who is one of the research analysts from Financial Derivatives, to discuss sugar and how important that is in your cup of tea, or in your cup of tea, or any pastries or other things you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. And also we'll link it up with our Abuja studios to bring in the Director General in charge of the National Sugar Development Council, Dr. Lateef Busari. Thanks for coming through this morning. We appreciate your time. It's good to see you again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been quite some time. I saw you face to face. That was sometime when, about 2 years ago, when you were talking about the sugar development, and things have since moved on there. I think that was the last administration. Bring us up to speed. Myself and Ada here in Lagos Studios want to hear from you what this new Riot Act is really about, the sugar sustainable domestic production, quantitative improvement that you just issued in the last 48 hours.
What we issued actually was a revised guidelines to the operators of the backward integration program. You'll recall that we launched the master plan in 2013, and we started implementation right away. By the end of this year, that is 2017, we should hit the half mark of the 10-year plan. And the results coming in from our monitors, both the SOMIC and the CMOG, indicates that the performance of the BIP operators is below average. And we just felt we needed to, get the master plan implementation back on track. So we kind of fast-forwarded the midterm review meeting, which we held in 1st June. And there, we were able to analyze what were the constraints to the implementation of the master plan. And arising from that is the revised guidelines that we just released, that you referred to get the master plan back on track and see that we don't just wake up in 2023 when the plan will end, and then we discover that we are far, far below the target set for ourselves in 2013.
Thank you, Doctor. Again, this is, you're harping on backward integration, which means that we still spend so much money importing sugar. Ada here agrees with that yes, we're spending millions of dollars every year while we can produce sugar locally. Again, we have the arable land to cultivate sugar. And of course, we get news that some big farmers, Olam, Dangote, Flamis, maybe, are also interested in this game.
Yeah, they are. We have 3 operators right now that are heavily engaged in the backward integration program. Besides the greenfield projects that we do have, we also have a couple of them investing in the greenfield projects. But right from the onset, we knew that any success will come from getting the refiners to backward integrate. In other words, start to produce the raw sugar they currently import from their own farms here. We have the Dangote Sugar Group, we have the flour mills, we have the BOA Group. And they were made to sign commitments with governments in 2013. And we'll be monitoring the performance of this BIP over time. And like I said, the results that we got, as at the end of 2016, was that they scored about 40% of where we are supposed to be. And that, we believe, government believes is not good enough, and we need to rejig. So we needed to give them new guidelines that would actually now ensure that the incentives they enjoy is based strictly more on the performance in their BIP operations.
Dr. Busari, just a few seconds, and I'm going to ask a few questions of Ada here. She's a research analyst. She looked at the global sugar production, sugar prices, and more importantly, the local prices. Ada, let's bring you into the conversation. Sugar, if we just put us out there on screen, sugar 50 kg is still vary is still around current and previous prices. We've seen the high as 20,000 naira per 50 kg.
Yes, so if you go to the traders, sugar prices are still high in the domestic markets because a large quantity are still imported anyway. So typically the brown sugar is imported and then refined into white sugar, which is mainly used for consumption. And there's a huge demand for sugar. A lot of carbonated drinks are used in the production. Sugar is used in the production of carbonated drinks and confectioneries and pastries. So sugar is a very essential commodity, and it's a shame that we are not meeting our production target. So currently we produce about 70,000 metric tons, and with the Nigeria Sugar Master Plan, which is supposed to last for 10-year duration, the target is to produce about 1.7 million metric tons by the end of the project. So yes.
So you think Dr. Busari's master plan needs to be fast-tracked based on what he says? The time is ticking, isn't it?
Well, what they've done so far is fantastic in the sense that in the middle of the project, they are going to see how far, or to underscore performance, and that gives way for assessing where the loopholes are and how to quickly correct so we can move forward and reach our targets faster. So they have seen a certain loopholes, and from the research we found out that the negative sentiment in investment is part of that, and some sort of conflict in the community. So these are part of the issues as to why the target is reaching target is below expectations.
The expectations. I'm going to ask this question, and I'm sure I know what the answer is between you and Dr. Busari in Abuja Studios about. Ada is talking about the negative investment sentiments. Is this something that the sugar operators have discussed with you? Does it have anything to do with the foreign exchange problems we've had in the last close to 2 years with the ban on 41 items from the central bank?